Hello, 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 divine people. Happy Get Fierce Fridays. Yes, you can come here when you need a good vibes and a good makeup tutorial. So I am going to show you guys how I get my cut crease going on, and I'm going to show you step by step. I know that cut creases can be a little bit intimidating, but I'm hoping to show you a quick and easy, well, not so quick, but an easy way to do a cut crease. Are you guys ready? Let's go right here, right now. Fierce cut crease. We are gonna go from this to this. So I am going to start this look off today with the Nubian 2 palette by Juvia's Place in the color Morocco. Morocco is going to be my transition shade. The brush that I'm using, I actually got a brush set in the September Boxy Charm, and it is by R L Promoda. I will have the description of the numbers of all of the brushes that I used in this video down for you in the description. So as you see, I am placing that color in my crease. I typically like to do circular motions as well as windshield wiper motions. I find that that actually gives you the best blending result when you're doing them both. Also, I don't go in with a whole lot of product at first. I also like to build my eyeshadow. I like to build on it, because if you stick too much product all at once, it's going to be a lot harder to blend, and it's just not going to look as nice of a blend when you just put too much on. And so I start off with a little product, and then I blend it out and I build it up from there. Now I'm going to switch brushes, and that brush is from Tetris, and I'm also going to be switching palettes. Now I'm going to go to the Naked Urban Decay Heat palette in the color He Devil. As you can see, I am placing that darker color, or the brighter color, right underneath my transition shade color. I am concentrating on the outside third, but I'm still dragging it all the way across, but I would like to get the most, or the bulk of this color kind of on the outer third. It just gives it more of a dramatic type effect. So I'm going to stick with the same brush, and I am now switching to the Naked Urban Decay the Naked Urban Decay Smoky palette, and this color is called Password. It's like a dark gray, a kind of a charcoal type color. And I am concentrating all of that on the outer third, just under the last color that I used. So when you're doing your outside darker color, what you want to be sure you're doing is kind of concentrating that color on the outside third. And I'm sure you guys have noticed by now, I have the tape there, and what the tape does, it just really gives it a nice control, and it will give it a sharp look once you tear the tape off. Rip it off. No, once you gently pull the tape off of your face, it just gives it a nice sharp look. But as for that darker color, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of blending it all in on the outer third with the other colors there. And again, I'm building on from it, because I do not like to go in with a bunch of product and then try to blend that out. When you build on it, it just gives it a better blend. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking that very first brush that I was using, and I do not have any additional product on it. I am just blending it. I'm using it to blend kind of all the colors, trying to get rid of any harsh lines or any blotchy areas. I just want to blend it in very nicely. And for the cut crease, I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Warm Honey. The brush that I'm going to be using is, again, it's one of the brushes that I got in the set from the Boxy Charm Kit. And this is a very precise type brush, because when you are making your cut crease, or when you're cutting your crease with concealer, you want to be sure that you are getting it very precise. You want a nice crisp line right there in your crease, or slightly above your crease, I should say. You want to be sure that when you're putting that concealer on and you open your eyes wide, you want to make sure that it is at the exact position for you, because if you don't do it properly, what happens is you get product as soon as you open your eye all the way. You get product in places that you don't want it to be. So you just want to be sure that when you are hitting that line just above your cut crease or at your cut crease, you want to be sure that it is still a good distance, so that it does not run into places that you do not want that concealer to be. And I would say for the cut crease, like, this is the most important part, of course, of the cut crease. And so you just want to be sure you're using the right brushes. I mean, that's with any look and with anything, especially eyeshadows. Brushes are super important. So you want to be sure that you are using the correct brushes for what you need. Although, you know, there's no rules in makeup, but you just want to be sure you're using the brush that will do the job that you want it to do. As you can see, I don't have the concealer. I don't go all the way out to the outer third of my eyes. I'm kind of stopping right where I have that dramatic smoky effect on the outer third, where that gray color is. So I'm stopping right about there. Today I'm not going to go all the way. So next, what I'm going to use for the color on the concealer is, it comes from the Nubian 2 palette by Juvia's Place in the color Cleopatra. It is a beautiful blue shimmery color. And so what I'm doing, again, this is a brush that is from the R L Promoda. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of patting that color on. I did not need to wet my brush at all, because the concealer is still tacky, it's still sticky. And so all I'm doing is kind of using that brush to pat it everywhere that I just placed the concealer. It's really important that you are not dragging that color like you know, you typically would drag your eyeshadow brush around, like when you're doing your transition shades or your blending. You absolutely want to make sure you are patting on your concealer. And how much you use is completely up to you. You can get it as bright as you want, as dark as you want, as heavy as you want. It's completely up to you. It's what color you are looking for, you know, that day, or how you're feeling that day if you're feeling extra fierce. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with the Tetris brush that I originally used to get that dark, dramatic, smoky eye effect on the outer third in the beginning. And I am just kind of putting a little bit more product on, because it can definitely fade over the time that you are doing your cut crease. And so what I'm doing is just putting a little bit more on, and I'm also basically blending it. You want the two colors to run into each other, to kind of disappear and fade into each other. And so that's precisely what I am doing here. I am just ensuring that there is a nice transition, I guess you could call, from the cut crease color to the outer third of your eye. And there you have it, you guys. That is the cut crease. It is simple, simple steps, and as long as you know the steps, as long as you have the correct brushes, and as long as you have a little bit of patience, you guys can be doing a cut crease, an awesome cut crease, in no time. Okay, you guys, I'm going to throw on some eyeliner and my lashes, and I will be right back with you. In 3, 2, 1. So this is the final result. I hope you guys were able to get something out of it. Let me know what you think about it. I just put on some lashes, did my bottom, smoked it out. and I did a few things on my face. I did not put any lipstick or lip gloss or anything on because I really just wanted it to focus on the eyes. So let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Do you know how to do an awesome cut crease? Because if you didn't, you do now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for Get Fierce Fridays. Bye!